Because my yes cost too much to hand out like spare change, too much to toss in the air like confetti, too much to jiggle in somebody else's pocket while I walk away empty. I used to put myself last, like the back seat was made for me, like I was born to ride shotgun to everybody else's dreams, raised, conditioned to be a nurturer naturally, the eldest of many, carrying weight that was never mine, handing out pieces of me like they were rations, like love was only valuable when it came with sacrifice. I put their needs before mine, not always asked, not always warranted, but still I gave in. And somewhere along the way, pleasing people became my default language. I didn't know how to say no, didn't know how to breathe without asking permission, didn't know that boundaries could be holy. Holy. And as I grew older, as I became a woman, I looked into my own cup and saw it never runneth over. In fact, it was bone dry, cracked lips, parched spirit. I became dehydrated. And it wasn't living water I was sipping, it was exhaustion, burnout, and the hollow taste of being overlooked. So I had to resuscitate myself, mouth to mouth with my own reflection, chest compressions to my soul. Because when I pulled the plug, when I flatlined, nobody came. Nobody ran in with paddles. Nobody yelled, "Clear!" Nobody cared enough to bring me back. You see, I was drowning. Not in water, but in responsibility. Not in waves, but in expectations. The weight of yes after yes tied to my ankles like stones. And yet I clawed, I kicked, I reached for the surface, pulled myself back to shore, gasping just to prove I still had breath. Because my yes cost too much to hand out like spare change. It's not cheap, it's not casual. It's not up for grabs at the corner store of convenience. My yes is sacred now. My yes is currency. And I will not go bankrupt for the comfort of others. See, I've learned that saying no isn't rejection, it's protection. It's a fortress around my peace, the guardrail around my sanity, the boundary that saves me from bleeding out for people who would never even hand me a bandage. So, yes, I would disappoint some. I will confuse others. I will walk away from those who only knew me as a lifeline, but never thought to ask if I was sinking too. Because my yes costs too much to hand out like spare change. It costs tears you'll never see, nights I prayed for strength, days I patched myself up just to keep going for others. It costs my healing, my growth, my reclaiming of a woman I almost abandoned. So now, when I say yes, no, it is intentional. It is rooted. It is poured from overflow, not depletion. And when I say no, no, it is just as holy, just as powerful, just as life saving. Because my yes costs too much to hand out like spare change. And I finally finally believe I'm worth the price.